Hello, everybody. Not sure who's tuning in, but hopefully slowly people can join. I just wanted to go live because I just finished recording a after show for After, but from home because of everything that's going on right now. I know it's crazy time with the COVID-19 pandemic, but I wanted to come on here and just maybe see if we can just provide some inspo and make people feel a little bit better, a little bit happier if you're stuck at home isolated or just feeling the effects of everything that's going on. So, essentially, I just wanted to come on here and say not to panic. Of course, it's a flu, but it's very contagious. And a lot of people obviously are getting it globally. But the thing to keep in mind is your faith and to know that everything's going to be okay. And of course, to be smart about things. So we're already aware of how to take precautions, be hygienic, something that we should obviously always do. It's not just now that we should do it, but something we should do our entire lives. We should always be hygienic. We should always wash our hands, use hand sanitizers. I do travel frequently for work and I'm always bringing hand sanitizer with me. There's one in my vehicle. Now I keep that one in my bag. I always carry hand sanitizer wipes and definitely wash your hands, obviously, anytime like your hands get dirty, you're eating, like you go to the bathroom, all of that stuff. Or if you're around someone that's sick, definitely like take vitamin C, D3 together. They activate together. So that's always a good thing for your immune system. But the real thing that I wanted to come on here and talk about is just to like take this time of like being at home or being by yourself to really work on yourself. Read a book, do something good for you, light a candle, take a bath. Relax, watch something on Netflix. Maybe there's something that you don't get to do that often because work could be stressful, or you're super busy all the time and you just never have a time or second to breathe. Well, this is your time to breathe. Although there's a lot of crazy stuff and negativity happening, outside and also on the internet, there's a way that you can kind of like streamline what you're exposed to and how you take it in. Like, don't make that energy yours if it's not something you want to identify with. However, during this time, everyone's entitled to an opinion about how they feel about the situation and just things in general. It's just like politics. Let people have their opinions, let people do things the way they want to do it. But I do want to spread awareness and just put it out there that we don't need to be freaking out as though it's doomsday. Like I said, just be prepared, be hygienic. No matter what, in states of emergency, grocery stores and essential facilities are open. That's banks. Anything that's essential to day-to-day life, like the post office, things like that, they will not be shutting down. So everyone freaking out, going to the store, taking out toilet paper, completely, going through the grocery store and leaving the shelves empty, like it's totally not necessary. Especially think about it. If you're buying perishable items, it's only going to last you a little bit. So even if you're stuck at home, buying perishables is not really going to help you. I've seen a lot of people do that. And also waters, when, we're going to have running water, that's not going to stop. Get a filter, probably save you a lot of money on buying cases of water. Whether it's a filter for your faucet or just a filter pitcher that you can put your water into, but unnecessary to like go and, stock up and hoard these things because there are people that might need them. And it's kind of selfish to think that you and whoever you live with are the only people in the world that need those things. I've literally seen people fill their carts up and post it or send text messages with footage of what they're doing. And I just think it's crazy because I've heard stories of like people who have family members that are in their 90s and 80s trying to get their essentials and they can't. And you really got to think about those people and not just think about yourself. If I run out of food, guess what? I can go buy it, like especially if you're not sick. But I have to say, if nobody reacted this way, like I was buying toilet paper and paper towel on the internet before this pandemic ever broke out because you can get more for your buck. Like we were buying a good quantity of toilet paper, but not excessive. It was like a Scott 27 roll package that would come in the mail from Amazon, and it was a great price, better than the grocery store. But it's completely sold out online, so you can't even buy it. And of course, people that are selling toilet rolls are like price surging them illegally. So just if we would have all just acted with like class and tact and just got things as we needed them, knowing these places aren't going to close down, or you might have a friend or a service that can drop it at your front door. You don't even need to interact with them. Then nothing would be out of stock and we wouldn't have price surging. So we should really keep this stuff in mind. I get it in a situation of like a disaster, like a natural disaster. Yes, you need to stock up. That's why people make earthquake kits, especially in California. I have one myself. But in a situation like this, where your power's not gonna go out, your water's not gonna stop running, it's important that you're just respectful of other people. And John Sawyer, I see your comment, so thanks for tuning in. You said, seriously though, it's so annoying. People are buying like $300 plus worth of food and things, and they won't even use half of it. Totally agree and could not agree more. It's excessive. I mean, the best thing I could say is if you know someone that's not able to get something, a neighbor, a friend, maybe you should ask them if they want one of yours or two of yours, because it's just not right. Like, I literally have my mom mailing me from the East Coast 3 rolls of toilet paper because we're not able to buy any. Like, that's sad. Why am I dealing with this? So, and it's funny because people argue with you on Facebook back and forth if you put statuses up and someone doesn't agree with you. And this one person on someone else's page was like saying how we need to stock up and whatever. And when I explained my point of view, I don't think she was really feeling it. But I was like, and she said, your neighbors should be friendly and offer you, some toilet paper or whatever. I'm like, okay, great. So are you offering me toilet paper? Because I can't get any. And she never said anything, which I think was hysterical. So clearly, like, she's not practicing what she preaches. I don't know this person, but they're a friend of a friend because they were on someone else's wall. But my friend did write back and said, if you need some, I will give it to you. And I was just like, thanks. I appreciate that. But luckily, my roommate's sister has a Costco membership and did go herself and got us a 6-pack. So thank you to her. Somebody cares, at least. Thank you. Appreciate that. But I did go into Whole Foods today and there was nothing. I went in every aisle. Oh my goodness. The whole freaking store is empty. I grabbed 2 bags of frozen quinoa just because to have like rice or whatever, even though I still have some here. But at least I know it's frozen. It won't go bad. So I'll have it for a while. And I bought avocado oil spray because I like to use avocado oil in general to cook with. Yeah, just some basics. I literally probably got like 5 or 6 things. It only cost me $36, but yeah, everything was sold out. So just think about that when you're freaking out about all this, because beforehand, if no one acted this way, you could have literally ordered all your food on Amazon or from local services in LA. We have Yummy, and Yummy delivers groceries right to your doorstep within literally 30 minutes to an hour. And you don't even have to interact with anybody. Like, it would have been right there had we not made everything go out of stock. So I just think it's not a good idea to panic or live in fear. If you believe in faith and a higher power, then everything's going to work out. And what's meant to be will be. And there's really nothing to be scared of. I know people of all faiths, and even like Christians and Catholics, people that believe in Jesus Christ, people that are like really devout followers, they're like, I'm not scared of death. I'm not scared of any of this because ultimately, like, God knows what's right and God is going to protect me. And that's exactly how I feel. Like, God is watching over us. A higher power is watching over us, whatever you believe in, higher energy, you're going to be okay. And if you practice with care and take care of your friends and neighbors and treat them like yourself, love thy neighbor like thyself, you will see that you will be protected. And so just think about that when you're interacting with other people. And I just wanted to put that out there because the more fear and hysteria that goes on, the more negative energy you're putting out there. And we all need to come together during times like this. And John Sawyer says one thing the media sadly isn't helping because it shows all the negative and not much of the positive. Yes, the media likes to harp on things, but of course, because it's such a global international situation, and I get what they're doing. They're talking about it 24/7 because this is what's going on. And if they were to talk about anything else, people would be like, how ignorant of them to not talk about what's going on with the health situation. But the whole reason why I think they're making a big deal about this with the CDC and everything, and they keep putting things out, is because the hospitals do not want to get overflowed with people. The biggest thing is like spreading of this thing by people not practicing hygiene or just being careless. And they just don't want it to spread to the masses where they don't have enough hospital beds, or hospital devices and equipment and materials to help people. Because when there's too many people that are sick that need immediate care, and it's not just with corona, it's like if someone also is having a heart attack at the same time coronavirus is going on, they're not going to be able to get treated in a proper way. So I think that's why they're making such a big deal about it and wanting everyone to take precaution and quarantine right now to like it's been said before, especially in the media, flatten the curve. That's what they're doing. It has nothing to do with like, oh my God, this disease is extremely deadly, because that's not the case. It's just extremely infectious. And obviously people who are immune compromised or elderly don't have a strong enough system to be healthy from it. So ultimately, the hospitals do want to care for people that are really sick and people that are also dealing with other complications other than coronavirus that need to see the hospital, because other health conditions come up during times like this. Like life goes on. There's other things that happen and people need hospital care. So I think that's why they're making such a big deal about it. But it really, like, even the governor of California was on a press conference today. It's not really about like young people dying. Like that's not going to happen if you get sick. It's a flu. But you need to be precautious and be respectful of people that don't have that same luxury, and also for the people that need emergency care, that need to have it. And so if too many people are like really, really sick, there's not going to be enough room for them. So I hope that makes sense. But let's all be better people and strive to like work on ourselves during this time, whether you're isolated from work, just going out and being social or not. Do something good for yourself, work on yourself, and be a better person by the time this is over. Maybe do something nice for somebody right now if you can. If somebody doesn't have something, help them. That's all I have to say. But I hope this helped you, because I think we all need to spread more love and light and have faith that it will all work out. I know my work is compromised at this point because literally every job is canceled on me except for one, which probably will end in the next 48 to 72 hours, depending on what the government decides. So that means a lot of us don't have income coming in. And so it's a really tough situation because we all have bills to pay. Rent's coming up very shortly. And this could take us through the end of March. So who knows how long. So I'm not freaking out by this because ultimately I've been doing this for years where I'm working on not panicking as much because I used to get a lot of anxiety. And I think that you just need to like have faith again that everything's going to be okay. Like you're going to be good. You're going to be protected. This is for the greater good. So just keep thinking positive and like don't let it get to you because it will all work out. There will always be someone or a higher power to help you out. So let's not lose faith and let's not go in panic mode and have a mental breakdown. So John, are you telling me the exclusive that Mania is being postponed? Wow. We literally just recorded our AfterBuzz SmackDown through Skype because no one's going into the studio. Hey, Puerto. And we talked about that. And pretty much I was saying how WWE might not want to call it and put the stress on them to make that decision because it affects the livelihood of not only their employees, but the people that put on WrestleCon, who we've heard from Michael on social media, how devastating this would be to his career and work and everything, and how he'd literally have to sell his house. So I was thinking WWE wasn't going to pull the trigger. I thought they were going to wait for Tampa to pull the trigger. So I think that's very interesting, John, that you have that little tidbit. Do you know when they're trying to postpone it to, or what? I mean, again, this is a rumor because you're saying this, but also it's not confirmed yet. So Tampa's making the call. Okay, so it's not WWE. That's what I figured. But they had originally said they were going to wait a week to make that decision. So I guess they're pulling the trigger Tampa prior to. I find that very interesting. But yeah. But I mean, John and Puerto and whoever else is listening, just take this time to be better people and support your neighbor and your friends and whoever is struggling right now, And if somebody needs something, go out of your way to help them because it's not fun. But yeah. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you want to hear or see more of this, I'm down. Just let me know. Bye, guys. And stay tuned tonight because we're going to be releasing our AfterBuzz SmackDown Live recap from this Friday. I think AfterBuzz will release it because we recorded it on Skype and we're sending it to them. And then Josh is going to upload it also I'll try to upload it to my personal YouTube page if I can, but AfterBuzz should be uploading it as well. So look out for that. We should be promoting it this evening. All right, in a few hours. Bye. Hope you had fun. Love ya. Stay safe.